The first big FA Cup fourth round tie is done. There are 2 more televised matches to come this weekend. I will be watching both. But Arsenal have lost 3-1 to Man United at home. I think 2 injuries have hampered Arsenal today. Socrates and Koscielny, and we'll discuss them. And 2 of the Man United goals came out of nothing, which is something that wasn't happening under Mourinho. Players are now thinking on their feet as outside the box rather than in a rigid system. So Socrates goes up for a header and jars his knee. And what I'm going to say now is he's blown his knee ligaments out. He's done a Michael Owen, basically, at the World Cup of 2006 when Michael Owen had damaged his knee. Yeah, Socrates has done a very similar thing. It's a jarring knee. He's twisted it, or he's ruptured a ligament in there. Yes, he limped off, had treatment, tried as soon as he came back on straight away. He tried running it, and his legs obviously gone to jelly, and he's just like, nah, I'm done. And there's no rolling around histrionics. He was in a lot of pain, and that was the length of his spell of treatment for Socrates. They bring on Mustafi. Yes, he is a centre-back. Yes, he has won a World Cup with Germany, but he's now down the pecking order when it comes to centre-backs at Arsenal. Not a bad replacement to have. He knows the position, but it has affected the communication between Koscielny and Socrates. Socrates obviously have a very good communication, very good centre-back partnership. This changes it a little bit. Alexis Sanchez's goal comes from a brilliant bit of thinking by Lukaku. Lukaku is not confident in front of goal, but he still has the intelligence to bring other players into play. Now, Sanchez hasn't scored a lot of goals either. Let's not joke about this. Sanchez has only scored now 5 goals in a year at Man United. He's not fulfilling his wage bill, but his goal, very well taken. Goes round check. The finish was very, very good. And then 2 minutes later, Lingard gets a goal again from Lukaku, feigning to shoot. Could have actually shot in both instances and brings him into play. Again, a very, very good finish. Both goals come out of nothing. Both goals come on the counter-attack. This is something that wasn't happening under Mourinho, that Solskjaer is now instilling in these players. Yes, we are going to defend. We may have to park the bus for 5-10 minutes in the game. But when we do attack, think outside the box, look forward for the pass if possible, or find the player in space who is moving quick. Pass and move. Something they weren't doing under Mourinho. Both goals very well taken. At this point, Man United had no shots on target. 2 shots on target, 2 goals. Aubameyang's goal for Arsenal, very similar. Not necessarily a sustained period of pressure. It does sort of come out of nothing, but he's on the back post. As a good finisher is, he's in the box. The ball bounces loose and he gets it in. Defenders lose the players they're marking. It's a bit of a mess defensively. The ball's pinged around a little bit. It comes to Aubameyang and he puts it away. But this is a guy who is scoring a lot. This is a guy who's not. Half time comes, game's on a knife edge. I think Arsenal dominate the possession. Man United were a bit more clinical in front of goal. That's basically the difference between the 2 sides. Unfortunately, Socrates' injury, I think, did hamper Arsenal going forward. I think Socrates and Koscielny are a better centre-back pairing than Koscielny and Mustafi. I'm just leaving it as that. But then Koscielny goes off with, again, a serious injury. The fact that both players were able to walk off unaided is a decent sign. Koscielny's one's a head injury. He goes again, an innocuous challenge for the ball. It's a 50-50. Obviously, trips over his own feet. It happens. Lukaku is not aware where his head is when he's walking backwards. He's lost his balance a bit, and instantly, when he feels his boot contact Koscielny's head, he looks down, instantly calls for the trainer. Koscielny has a nice stud mark hole in his neck, and there is a fair bit of blood coming out of his neck. If that had been half an inch either way, that's a major vein or major artery in your neck. I'm not going to lie, that could have been rather nasty incident. It was serious enough as it was. There was blood coming out. This is, again, both these are not histrionics, these are serious injuries, and I can see Socrates being out longer. I can see Koscielny going to get stitches and having a few days off as well. Which led to a further rejig of the lineup, and at this point Ozil comes on. Yeah, Ozil comes on. Did anyone notice Ozil throughout the second half? No, I didn't. It's more open game at this point. Neither side is selling me defensively. There's a few crikes. These teams are a little bit open in defence. It's a very open second half, very entertaining second half. I didn't even need the sound on to realise it was an entertaining game. I was busy messaging someone and trying to phone someone, so I didn't need the sound on. I was watching it quiet in the background, just watching the game without the sound on. It was entertaining enough. You could put Italian or Spanish commentary in there and the commentators would be going nuts. It was a very open second half. Martial's goal is exceptionally well taken. Fully deserved by this point. Either side, if Arsenal had scored, it would have been fully deserved out of 2-2, 3-1. I think the second half, if either side scored, it would have been deserved. That's on 81 minutes. There is still a lot more to happen in this game. 84 minutes. So we're down at Czech's end of the pitch, and Rashford and Kolasinac have a coming together. It seems they've attempted to headbutt each other. They've definitely head-to-head contact, I think is the way to describe it. And that's a flashpoint. But then Jesse Lingard, who's only recently been booked a few minutes before, charges over, and a massive, I wouldn't say brawl, but a coming together of players is getting heated. There's lots of pushing and shoving. During this flashpoint, there is something. It could be a coin. It could be anything is thrown from the crowd at the players. I think it was aimed at Lingard looking at the replay, but it could be thrown from anyone. VAR looks at this. Now, Rashford and Kolasinac get booked. They were lucky not to see red in my view, and Lingard is also lucky not to get a second yellow card. Some of the Arsenal players, Granit Xhaka, he gets in there, hands are raised, there's a shove, he's lucky not to get a booking. I think he'd also been booked earlier in the game. Players were lucky to stay on the field on 84 minutes. And I'm not joking about that. I've seen players get booked or sent off for a lot less. So that was a bit of a flashpoint. This leads to 10 minutes added time. Man United, it doesn't matter if it's 88 minutes. There's 10 minutes added on. Don't piss around in the corner trying to waste time because there's 10 minutes left. I was hoping Man United would go for a fourth, and I was hoping Arsenal would go for a second. Arsenal just were not clinical enough in front of goal. Too many snapshots. Too many shots from distance, from poor areas of the field. And this highlights some of the issues with Arsenal. They're still trying to score the perfect goal. This is something that, towards the end of Wenger's time in charge, was a criticism labelled at Arsenal. I don't think this is all on Unai Emery. I don't think Unai Emery is tactically setting out to score the perfect goal. But a lot of the players still have that mindset of trying to pass it in the net. Unai Emery, there are some good things to work on. They are showing now they've got a little bit more physicality in the team. They're willing to tackle more and get dirty. And that's a good sign. But they have had some injuries. Bellerin's out for the season, so Calvin Lewin was playing. He had a few moments of brightness looking forward, but defensively, he's still learning his trade. And two key injuries to two key centre-backs means going forward Arsenal's squad depth, much like Tottenham's and other clubs, is now being tested. Injuries starting to take a toll. Man United, I wouldn't be surprised if this flashpoint on 84 minutes is looked at in further detail by the FA over the weekend. And that object being thrown, again, that'll be on Arsenal, and Arsenal will be in a bit of trouble for that. So this is not the last we've heard of that incident. If the VAR is involved, there may be further supplementary discipline for both clubs there. All in all, I think the 2 goals out of nothing in the first half, I think, were a kick in the gut for Arsenal. Yes, they responded, but then they couldn't get that second goal in the second half, and you're chasing the game. I think Man United were better suited on the counter-attack tonight, and of course chasing the game, they gave up a third. But there we go, that's my review of Arsenal Man United. I think the possible winner of the FA Cup has come from this game. Even though I'm picking Wolves to win, if Wolves win tomorrow, they're still with a chance, but I think the possible winner of the FA Cup was going to come from this game. They're the 2 most successful teams in FA Cup history, and Solskjaer's now won 8 in a row. And this was the first real test for Solskjaer. I will admit that this is the first serious test for Solskjaer. He only made a few changes for this. Emery only made a few changes for it. This was a serious test, and Man United passed it. I would say 4-star, not quite a 5-star performance. It wasn't perfect. There were some moments where I wasn't sure on Man United's defence. That's something they need to improve, but it was a 4 out of 5-star performance for me. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below, and I will have some more videos for you soon.